Assalomu alaykum hurmatli tadbir ishtirokchilari. Demak, kelishganimizdek 5 daqiqadan so'ng tadbirimizni yana davom ettiramiz. O'ylaymizki, ikkinchi qismida ham foydali ma'lumotlarga ega bo'lamiz va o'zimizni qiziqtirgan savollarga to'liq javob olamiz. Hozir professorimiz ulanib mana taqdimotlarni boshladi va ishtirokchilarimizdan faol bo'lishni iltimos qilib qolamiz. Marhamat, professor, taqdimotingizni davom ettirishingiz mumkin.
Now, is okay? Okay. Thank you so much for your attendance on the first part of my presentation. I'm going to continue with the second part. The second part is about digital competences. I'm going to share with you my screen. Okay. Is okay for you? Do you confirm that you can see my screen? Okay. Second part is about digital competences. It's a natural way to show, after we introduce the concept of digitalization at the university, is how to improve, how to prepare people, okay, students and teachers in this type of play field. Okay, remember that is a reminder, okay, is about our mission, our purpose is mainly is to spark, okay, a light in our pupils, okay, and remember that because this is very, very important, because this pyramid from Gary Hamel is a scheme developed by Gary Hamel, is interesting to identify how to, okay, prepare people, professors and pupils in the top section of this pyramid: sense of initiative, creativity, passion and zeal, and how digital literacy can help us to reinforce this part, okay? Okay, remember that, okay? Remember this document, you have access, because I review the link to this type of publications from the Joint Research Center, okay? I start my contribution this morning explaining that we work in a correlated interaction with Seville in Spain in order to identify the best practices that we can bring in higher education, okay? It's a nice formula that you can identify and apply in regarding a lot of information, okay? In this case, this is a nice PDF publication about the digital competence framework, and mainly one part of this, the report, I am going to use it this morning, okay, in order to identify key points that later we can discuss, okay? Well, this is the point: Seville, Barcelona, etc. And first of all, a definition about what means digital competences or DigComp. The interesting thing is about the term of engagement, okay? Engagement of, in this case, teachers and pupils, okay, with digital technologies. And as I explained before, our students are well better prepared and well prepared, okay, in front of the situation of our professors, okay, in average. Okay, this is a situation that I introduced as an issue before. Okay, this is interesting. We have different reports about digital competences. The last one is the 2018, okay, and about this element that about engagement, okay, about digital technologies for learning and work. Okay, remember that we live in a VUCA world. It's a fluid world. It's a changing. We live in a changing times. Okay, and the speed of the changes using technologies is incredible. Okay, it's incredible. For could be things that we assume as certain today will not true in few years. Okay, we need to constantly readapt, and we need the help in our organizations in higher education. We need the help of the technician people, because at the end we don't know all the futures that technology can bring us in order to improve the student centricity that I explained before. Okay, let's see and dive in. Okay, in these elements. Okay, you can review this documentation because Kudraton has the word documentation I use today. But at the end, the framework, the JRC framework from the European Union, plays with 8 levels of maturity. Okay, from the level 1, okay, is only our maturity, our use of technologies is very, very simple. Okay, and step by step, depending on the practice, depending on the use of the technologies, we can improve, okay, our skills. At the end, the only way that we can improve our skills and attitudes is playing, is practicing and enter in this type of interactions of play and learn. Okay, the first one is simple task. Okay, the second one is to be plus minus autonomous with single task. The third level is try to understand, identify new use of the proper technology that we can recommend to our pupils and professors. The fourth is mainly, as you can read, okay, is to identify new needs and search new solutions. For me, the following one is go in depth, okay, with this type of solutions, okay, in order to be more autonomous in this literacy. The new ones is mainly enter, okay, in refine, okay, in norming, into interiorize this type of technologies. And the 7 and 8 is about creation of new types of solutions, regarding not only about typing or creating new software or new frameworks or new structures, and not only that, but also including new ways to blend, to merge, to readapt the technologies with the learning process. In our case, the level 7 and 8 is a proactive way to understand, okay, the use of technologies, is a super mega competence at the end. Okay, you can review in this report, okay, more information about these 8 levels, but all is mapped, okay, in this maturity model. You have another one report for me, very, very interesting. This is the second one. You can click because I test that the link is okay. This is the second publication about digital competences specifically for educators. Okay, because I understand that this is a key point that, as I introduced before, could be sure is a point of lack of satisfaction in my university, and I suppose in different higher education organizations, the preparation of the professors. Okay, we need to prepare a specific roadmap for them. Okay, you have here this model. This model is very, very simple. Okay, you can review this model in this publication, and you can see, okay, 3 elements in this model, in this framework. Okay, is about, for education, for educators, 2 elements, 2 areas very, very interesting. The professional competences about using the technology, okay, because the professors need to, okay, surpass the maturity level, the learning level, the learning curve of learning about the technologies, but also, and this is very, very important, the use in a pedagogical way of these tools. Remember, at the end, I explained before that one of the elements that is key for professors is to change the behavior of not only professor, okay, and expand this profile to coach, to facilitator, to friend of our pupils, in order to match in digital, okay, different type of interactions that virtuality, okay, allow us. In this case, pedagogical competences for professors, okay, are how to use in a pedagogical way digital teaching and learning, empower learners. Okay, this is, for me, is key, is the first point, that we need to start to change something in our institutions, and the assessment, obviously. And the last part you can see is about the learners' competences, that at the end, okay, is mainly allow with technology, with digital, okay, facilitate, okay, the learning process, okay, and the ability to use technology for our pupils. Later, we are going to explain one part of this framework in depth. Okay, with a similar way and going in depth for each one, okay, you can see, okay, related, okay, in this model, different professional competences. Okay, is the same scheme. You can see the 3 areas: educators' professional competences, pedagogic competences, and learners. Okay, and you can see, okay, these elements. The first one is about engagement of the professionals with digital literacy. Okay, and you can see, okay, the different elements that we need to reinforce step by step. I place a golden star in teaching and learning because at the end is part of my contribution to TAM. I am going to go in depth with this, is about teaching and learning. And in order to go in depth with teaching and learning, I prepared that. Teaching and learning, okay, is interesting because we need to reflect about these 4 types of elements. First one, teaching, okay? Teaching is experiment new pedagogical methods for instruction in digital. Remember, it's not only to move the contents of my presential classes to internet and do the classes in the same way. It's not that. It's to change the formats, is to adapt the formats in presential in this new situation, and we need to prepare new roadmaps, okay? New roadmaps and new types of guidance of our pupils. The second one is obviously the guidance. The guidance is the use of digital technologies in order to improve the interactions with our students, mainly that, okay? We have a lot of opportunities to interact in a different way with our students, okay? This is the reason that when we need to change in a killer project the way that we digitalize our organizations, we need to keep in mind the student centricity and prepare professors to teach in a different way, where the interactions and the construction of the confidence between professors and students in a digital, okay, is key. In order to do that, the third one is collaborative learning, okay? Is very, very important how to match, how to use, how identify which technologies allow us, okay, prepare collaborative experiences. Remember, we are in digital and we need to reinforce the art of interaction in digital, okay? Tools to communicate, tools to collaborate, tools to create projects, etc., 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 are key, okay, and used in a different way in remote, is that. And if we can do something about the last one is about the self-regulator learning, okay, we need to monitor, we need to prepare specific pathways that people, okay, don't miss the intention of the classes, don't miss the focus, the purpose. They can be autonomous in a specific way in order to mark and reflect the rhythm, the pace of their learning experience, reinforced by the presence of the professor slash facilitator, okay? And the only way is to prepare from part of the professors the specific creative solutions using technology, okay, in order to reinforce the learning experience of the attendants, of our pupils, of our students, okay? Remember that, I go with depth indeed, is teaching and learning, okay? And you can see, okay, the message that I try to communicate to you, okay? We need to reinforce the learning experience of your pupils, and we need to change something in our professors, okay, in order to reinforce that. At the end, remember that our pupils, our students, when they finish their activity in our organizations, they will be committed. Our intention is that at the end, they will be committed citizens, and the best way that we can reinforce, normalize this type of competences is thinking about an entrepreneurial way to use technology. Is the way that at the end we can reinforce by use, okay, these management skills, is the creative life that we develop at the University of Barcelona with the sense of entrepreneurship in our educational projects to prepare people to be good citizens and good professionals with this entrepreneurial way of understand the situations. Okay, what to do? How to prepare people and professors, okay? Preparing specific activities, actions, okay? And what we use at the University of Barcelona to prepare these specific roadmaps, okay, from the Institute of Professional Development of the University of Barcelona. We apply mainly learning agility. Remember, learning agility, as you can read here, okay, is the ability, okay, the capacity of our attendants, independently if they are professors or students, the capacity, the ability of our attendants to perform successfully in new situations, okay? And improve, increment the value of the digital literacy is one of these elements, okay? We are going to review, okay, few elements about learning agility as a basis, as a corpus of our programs in order to prepare people in digital literacy. Remember the VUCA world. The VUCA world is volatile, uncertain, changing, and ambiguous. And the idea of learning agility is to change this VUCA world in another VUCA that is possible, is to bring our attendance new vision, new understanding, clarity of the actions, and mainly agility. Agility is how to prepare people to be adaptable, how to prepare people to enter in her learning zone, okay, and how to be adaptable in these changing times. And in order to do that, learning agility, okay, following the trends and the recommendations of the University of Columbia, has this model 5 parts. The first part in gray, I'm going to start explaining that in order to identify where to start in this wheel, is the gray part is mental agility. Mental agility is addressed to individuals, okay? We need to prepare people to identify, okay, new, unusual ways to do things. The gray zone, the mental, is for individuals. The green zone, people agility, obviously is for teams, okay? And the idea is how to improve the skills about communication, collaboration, commitment, etc. The blue zone, the change agility, is addressed mainly, this issue is addressed mainly for our organization. And remember, first is people, second, teams, third, the organization. And the idea is how to align, how to prepare the organization to this change, this new changing situation. And later we have two areas that are interesting. That is, one is in this color, in this resource agility, in this color in viola, and the orange is self-awareness. These two, results and self-awareness, apply at the end of the process for each one of the previous that I explained before. Mental agility finish with resource-driven situations. People finish in resource-driven situations for teams, and results apply also for the organization at the end of the process. And for each one evaluating the results, we need to prepare an action plan, a self-awareness, in order to improve our, okay, skills. Okay, it's a personal development plan for teams or for individuals, or a improvement action plan like ISO 9001, okay, in order to prepare the organization, in this case, to new situations after we learn about the experiences of the previous projects. Okay, this is very, very interesting, this model. I am going to show to you about this part of skills, okay, what we can learn from this model. Mental agility. Mental agility is for individuals. We need to boost the following elements: curiosity, in this case about technologies, the open perspectives, okay, the find solutions and prepare, okay, to questioning people for different mindsets that at the end are in our environment. This is mental agility. And with this openness, okay, the assumption of the use and the evolution, how to evolve individually in this literacy about digital competences is assured. First one is the mental agility. At the end, the second one is people agility. And people agility, okay, is very, very important, because at the end, we can improve as individuals of our digital skills if we practice, okay, these digital skills in a real environment. And in order to play in this real environment, these literacies, okay, we need people, we need where to play. And where to play, okay, is prepare people to communicate better in digital, understand the others, okay, interact with the others in digital, okay, how to enter in a specific way to practice in learning by doing, helping to the others to have success, okay, is comfortable to see how people help to the others in new situations, okay, and use the technology in order to surpass, to overcome the diversity, okay, not only technical, but also in multicultural, because at the end, the technology allow us to play in a multicultural and multidisciplinary teams, and how to handle conflict constructively with the technology in order to solve problems in a virtual environment. This is the second one, about people, about change, about the organization, about how to apply digital literacy in our organizations. Okay, first one, we need to provoke in our staff, in our, how do you say, in our supportive people, administrative people, okay, the willingness to play with digital and enjoy tinkering with things, okay, try to prove, try to test, okay, practice is one of the elements that at the end, when we practice, we interiorize new formulas, and digital need to play in a safe environment with new formulas till, okay, the new procedures, the new processes are interiorized in each one, okay? This is the formula of continuous improvement. Practice, 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 practice the technology and support, okay, the mistakes and learn from the mistakes, okay? This is very, very important. At the end, if we play with individuals, with teams, or talking about the organization, we need to be addressed to results. One interesting point in results is the concept of, at the end, we play in a first league. When we play in a first league, we need high performance teams. We need to be flexible and adaptable, okay? And, okay, try to monitor, try to improve our best version of us, okay? At the end is enter in self-awareness in order to recap the best and wrongs and prepare my personal action plan, my team action plan, or my action plan for improve my organization. Always talking about digital, okay? Is that. Remember, the essence of our mission, of our job is that. Remember that, because we need to prepare people in this way. And at the end, we need to prepare, okay, a change management process. When we prepare people in these new digital literacies, we need to think about how to prepare a change project, a change process. For me, it's very, very easy to talk about, okay, but it's not the situation. I'm going to place in the chat the model that, for me, at the University of Barcelona, we apply in change management model. We have two models. I am writing in the chat. The first one, the model number one, is the change management model of Kotter. But I like so much the second model is about the model of Levin's model. The Levin's model, okay, in front of the model of Kotter is very, very simple, but is very, very efficient to prepare a specific path to change, okay, these situations about digital literacy. The model of Kotter has 8 steps, and the model of Levin has 3 steps, only 3. About Levin's model, in order to prepare the culture and change, the Levin's model has, the first step is the phase of unfreeze. Unfreeze means we need to, okay, melt the situation to prepare people to understand the situation and provoke the willingness to enter in this new digital literacy. For example, the COVID-19, okay, unfreeze the situation, okay, because at the end, yes or yes, people need to change the skills to play in digital. The second one, after the unfreeze, is the change, okay, is to provoke in people, okay, the ability to play and to practice the new procedures, the new tools, okay, and when they play, they use the new tools, okay, the perception of the situation in each one changes. For example, I introduced Miro.com. In the beginning, people do not understand what means Miro.com, what means a collaborative platform, but you, as professor, you need to give them time, okay, give them a specific flows of work that at the end is an easy way to apply in different situations the tool, and people need to be comfortable to playing and learn. And obviously, they need to learn from the mistakes. When we introduce this new flow of work, we need to maintain and sustain the effort, okay, and control that people really apply our recommendations. When they, at the end, are autonomous and steer the situation, you obtain the third part in order to freeze, in order to, okay, freeze, to normalize these new skills, okay, is unfreeze, practice or change, and after that, okay, they, our pupils, our professors, freeze the new skills in their normal activity, in their daily activity. This is the model of Lewin. Okay, examples from the University of Barcelona. Okay, about, okay, digital culture. Okay, this is part of our academic cultural changes in digital. Is part of one syllabus that I deploy with, in this case, with Lego Serious Play at University of Barcelona. And this course, I really happy to show to you these elements. Okay, at the end helps to the people to unfreeze the situations. Okay, the first one is that, okay, is to create the sufficient awareness about the importance to change. Okay, is one of the items is to show the situation. The second one is to not to hide the difficulty of the process. Okay, we are very, very honest that at the end we need minimum 1 month to change this type of behaviors, minimum 1 month. The third one is about the attendance to this type of workshops are responsible of their own personal development plan. Okay, and the idea is reflect that we are open as university to collect new proposals from part of the attendance to improve our model. This is one of the points. This is the path in 3 days about what we identify and what we play. The first one, remember that is the customer centricity, is the student centricity. The second one is agile, flexibility. The third one about digital is the mindset to identify with technicians the best technologies that we have at the university to prepare new specific paths. And the rest you can see is open culture, collaboration, data-driven decision-making, and innovation at the end, okay? This is our elements that we apply, aligned with the MIT, okay? With these 7 attributes that I am very, very glad to share with you, okay? This is very, very interesting to identify these elements and try to boost, to improve the point of view of each one of the attendants about the importance to change in these points, okay? You have here, okay, well explained each one. You can see for a minute if you want and review this information. And you can review that. Okay, customer centricity. And you can review that as a starters, digital first mindset. Okay, more things. Okay, how to, and after I explain to you the model of Lewin, I am going to show to you how to prepare, okay, this type of transformations, this type of change of behaviors and mindset, okay? First of all, we need to evangelize. We need 2 agents of change. We need 2 project leaders that at the end show to the others the map. In our case, we have the Institute of Professional Development, where people that are in the front of line, okay, the front line of digitalization, okay, show the way, show the path, invites people to participate in different type of projects in order to prepare this digitalization. In my case, I am part of this team, okay, and the idea is mainly create commitment, create willingness, create an atmosphere that curiosity, okay, is very, very important. Okay, we need to gain adapts, okay, to our cause. First one. Second one, when we prepare this type of projects to boost the digital skills, okay, we need to prepare, okay, deliverables. We need to think about results agility. We need to prepare, okay, KPIs in order to identify, for example, okay, if the employees is an example, employees collaborate or not with the different faculties, with different business units about how to improve the skills, okay, the engagement with the third parts, in this case, with the students, and the rollout, okay, if how we sustain the pace of the different projects that at the end we need to apply. To be honest, during this pandemic situation, during the last year, was easy to provoke the engagement because at the end, the people need to change, okay? And was a nice situation because during this last year, we boost our expectations. In 1 year, we boost our expectations for approximately 4 years of work, okay? In normal situation, to arrive to this situation in 2021 without pandemic, we need to plus minus 4 years to arrive to this degree of maturity in digital, but at the end, the pandemic situation as a nice situation. I'm sorry for the word nice situation in COVID, but at the end was a good catalyst all the process. Okay, 4 years in 1 year is one of the elements that I can share with you. We need, as a team, that provoke these changes in the behaviors and the competence of our people, okay, to make tangible, okay, the quick wins. A quick win is how to show to the others, okay, the value at the minimum cost. Is in Agile, in Lean Management, when we prepare a project, okay, educational project, is how to show, okay, quickly the best results in order to convince more people to enter in this type of changes, okay? We need to show quick wins. In order to show the quick wins, okay, we need to, why not, okay, use collaborative tools like you can see here, okay? This is important in order to show, okay, how to communicate. You have different types of elements that help us to change the situations. Okay. About the contents of the courses, about, okay, the work of the professors when we prepare digital literacy, okay, please think about this type of skills, okay, for our pupils. How I, as professor, I can, okay, assure the security, the A safety, how to assure functional skills. People at the end try to be autonomous in the daily work with these different software tools and communication tools, creativity, critical thinking, cultural collaboration, etc., etc., etc. Okay, we need to show to our professors that is very, very important, okay, to prepare our materials and to prepare our way to do classes in virtual, attending, okay, all these issues is very, very important. Okay. Next one, how to freeze, okay, these learning situations, okay? Remember, okay, at the end, we need to identify the pros and cons of the situations, and mainly we need to provoke in people the willingness to transform her mental models, okay? It's not only react and prepare people to action, is how to freeze, how to interiorize, okay, these learner lessons in each one. Only when each one of our attendants interiorize these new ways to do things, okay, the transformation will be assured in our organizations. And finally, okay, have always a clear vision about what to do, and, okay, align people and do, okay, the leadership, okay, by the example, okay? This is important. Okay, more things, okay? You can review that. It's not, I am not going to to read each one of the points, but it's a recommendations, okay, when we prepare our educational projects. And at the end, we are going to show to you, okay, something new about digital culture. Okay. This is my recipe about how to prepare a specific awareness courses, in this case, using Lego Serious Play. Lego Serious Play is a nice method to use in order to practice new skills. In this case, when we play with digital literacy, okay, I prepare this specific path. First, activities using Lego in order to define the motivation, the problem definition, first part. The second one is how to show to the attendants the importance of to change, okay, to change using new techniques, new technologies, and the pros and cons of use this type of technologies is the part of analysis. And finally, remember the awareness is which message, okay, which elements we need to reinforce and interiorize the results. Okay, this is the way. In order to do that, one of the elements that we use is, in order to do that, we use design thinking, okay, is a blend of design thinking and another type of elements, like, for example, job to be done, in order to prepare the willingness to change of each participant. Okay, this workshop, okay, is prepared to open the scenario in order to provoke the willingness to change. The first one of the path is a specific activity about I am, okay, me at the University of Barcelona as a student. I do, I feel, I think, I say, blah, 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 blah. As a teacher, the same. As administrative, the same. I am in this situation with this picture. The second, third, and fourth part, okay, I do, I can, I have, okay, is about how I use, okay, how I use in the present my digital skills, okay, is I do. The I can is how can I test, okay, which type of technologies I test in a near future, what I need to test now, okay, is my opportunity to prepare and to test something new. This I can point, okay, this three I can situation is very, very interesting because give us information about the next step to help people to do a step forward, okay? And finally, okay, the I have, okay, is prepare people to open this new situation, okay, with a specific processes that cannot exist in my organization. It's an structured way, okay, this literacy. And the most interesting thing is the people, okay, use Lego bricks, okay, in order to show this type of situations and prepare people in order to, using Lego bricks, identify pros, cons of the present situation and pros and cons of the near future in order to prepare, okay, a specific learning roadmaps. Is that? And this is that at the end. Thank you so much. This is the last part. I am open to talk with you with your question and answers. And remember, one of the most important thing is in this play field, how to prepare professors to give this student centricity using these new technologies. Okay, thank you so much. Kudraton, yours.
Katta rahmat. Juda ham mazmunli taqdimot bo'ldi. Professorga alohida tashakkur. Mana endi savollarni qabul qilsak ham bo'ladi. Marhamat, ishtirokchilarimiz savollar berishingiz mumkin. Xo'sh, mana savol yozishibdi. Ingliz tilida ekan. Within digitalization system, students can lose interpersonal and the cooperation skills as they usually develop them within a classroom settings. How can we?
Thank you. I can read that. Okay.
Buni
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I am going to respond to Iroda. Under my point of view, okay, the virtual environment will not substitute the presential environment. Okay, at the end, we need to balance the pros and cons of each one of these environments. At the end, the cooperation skills, okay, in virtual we have limitations. It's not the same in presential, but my formula is in the possibilities to prepare a blend, to prepare a flexible learning using the presential when we can and using the virtual. For example, why not use virtual environment, okay, in order to reinforce the individual work, okay, in remote, and to prepare presentials, okay, in order to discuss, if we can, the individual perspective that at the end we need to match in a convergent phase. Divergent phase in remote and convergent phase, for example, in presence, okay? Is a way to prevent, okay, the difficulties that in this moment we have only with virtual. But remember, the situation in COVID-19, okay, we need to do the best of us in 100% virtual and wait that new situation, new horizon, allow us to prepare blends, to prepare flexible formulas, okay? This is important. The second part of my argumentation is about try to use this situation about pandemic situation and the virtuality to reinforce, okay, the digital literacy of all of our people. This is very, very important, okay? We need to balance the best and worst of these situations. Thank you.
Katta rahmat. Demak, to'liq javob oldilar deb o'ylayman. Marhamat, yana kimda qanday savollar bor?
Savol mumkinmi?
Marhamat. O'zingizni tanishtirib savol berishingiz mumkin.
Mavlanov Aminjon.
Please.
Eshitilyaptimi?
Eshitilyapti, bemalol.
Tak. Astraxan davlat texnika universitetining Toshkent filialidagi fizika o'qituvchisiman. Mavlanov Aminjon. Menda shunaqa savol bor edi mavzu ichiga. Ana bu bizada eng asosiy narsalardan bittasi shu bitiruvchilarning malaka talablarini egallaganlik darajalarini aniqlovchi mezonlar va ko'rsatkichlar kerakda bizga. Lekin men hozir shu bir konkret bir shu malaka talablarini bitiruvchilarimizning egallik darajalarini aniqlovchi mezonlar va ko'rsatkichlarni ko'rmayapman-da. Mana shu masalada shu ba'zilarimiz qanaqa takliflarni beradi? Shu malaka talablarini egallik darajasi ko'rsatkichlarini aniqlovchi mezonlar bormi yo yana ishlab chiqish kerakmi? Buni faqat bitiruvchi kurslarda qo'llash kerakmi yoki har bir kursdan oxirida qo'llab borish kerakmi? Hozir mana shu juda kerak bo'lyapti. Chunki bizlarning bolalarimiz bitirib ishlab chiqarishga boryapti-yu, lekin ancha qiyinchiliklarga duch kelyapti-da. Biz haqiqatda shu malaka talablarini egallaganlik darajalarini menimcha shu qilmayapmizmi yo aniqlay olmayapmizmi? O'shaning uchun albatta bu yerda aniq bir mezonlar ko'rsatkichlar bor-da. Shu mezonlar ko'rsatkichlar bo'yicha ma'ruzachimizning qanaqa takliflari bor? Shuni bilmoqchidim. Rahmat. Savolim shu.
Katta rahmat. Hozir
Yeah. This is a critical, thank you so much for your contribution, because it's a critical point, how to prepare rubrics, okay, in order to identify if our students, okay, including this virtual environment that we are constrained to live, are prepared to the real life. I'm going to later this webinar, I'm going to send to Kudrachon a specific document. It's in Spanish. I'm so sorry. It's about a specific rubric about digital literacy and project management literacy. I think could be is an interesting document for you, because at the end, if we have a clear purpose, okay, in our learning path to show, to bring them the pass or no pass about these elements in literacy, we give to our students a powerful method in order to communicate and align what is okay and what is not okay in this learning path that obviously we did in virtual. For example, we have in this rubric, okay, specific points in order to match, okay, if people, for example, prepare well the projects, communicate well the projects, use efficiently the tools in a specific way, and how to interact one each other in a best way using different technologies. Okay, it's not only about the contents in physics or in chemistry and so on, so on, so on. It's about how they implement this type of projects and how they interiorize, okay, these new skills. Okay, it's very, very useful. Okay, how to identify these skills. And one thing that I can tell you now is that this type of rubrics are very, very similar to rubrics like entrepreneurship. The sense of ownership of the tools is very, very similar of how to match, how to identify in a specific rubric, okay, the evaluation of competences in entrepreneurship. It's very, very interesting that. Kudraton, tomorrow I will send to you this document, okay? Thank you.
Katta rahmat. O'ylaymanki, Aminjon aka savollariga javob oldilar. Marhamat, agar yana kimda kim savol bo'ladigan bo'lsa, savollar berishlari mumkin. Mikrofonlarni yoqib savollar berishlari mumkin bo'ladi. Xo'sh, demak hozircha savollar yo'q. Manda bitta e'lon bor edi. To'g'rirog'i bizni an'anaviy ravishda mana shu o'tkazayotgan tadbirlarimizni baholab boramiz. Shuning uchun bizda mana bir nechta savoldan tashkil topgan so'rovnomamiz bor. Ozgina vaqtingizni ayamasdan bugungi o'tayotgan tadbirimizni baholab bersangiz, juda ham xursand bo'lardik. Bu yerda demak bugungi mavzuning dolzarbligi, ma'ruzachimizning malakasi haqida va bundan keyin yana bitta savolimiz bor. Bu tarjimonlarimizga ham qanchalik darajada ma'lumot yetkazib berishayotganligini bilish maqsad qilingan. Tarjimonimizdan iltimos qilardik, agar Bu yerda hozir faqat o'zbek tilida keltiribman. Ingliz tiliga tarjima qilib bersalar, qaysi javoblar belgilanayotganini mana biz ekranda ko'rib turibmiz. Dolzarbligi a'lo va juda ham yaxshi deb baholashibdi. Bitta javob yaxshi deyilgan va ma'ruzachimizning malakalari ham xuddi shu o'rinda, demak yarmidan ko'proq qismi a'lo darajada deb baholashgan. Xo'sh. Barchamiz faol ishtirok etib ovozlarni berishlarini iltimos qilardik. Xo'sh. Katta rahmat. Mana endi keyingi so'rovnomaga o'tamiz. Demak, ko'rib turibmizki, birinchi so'rovnomaning natijalari yaxshi va juda yaxshi, aksariyat qismi juda yaxshi baholashdi. Ya'ni bugungi tanlangan mavzu hamda ma'ruzachimizga berilgan baholarni ko'rishimiz mumkin. Xo'sh, endi tarjimonlarimiz qay darajada ekanliklarini ham biz baholashga kiritganmiz. Marhamat. Demak, biz ko'rib turibmizki, ovoz beruvchilarning aksariyat qismi juda yaxshi deb baholashyapti tarjimonlarimizning vazifalarini. Xo'sh. Bu ovozlarni to'plaganimizcha, agar kimda kim savollari bo'ladigan bo'lsa, chat orqali yoki bemalol mikrofonlarni yoqib savollarni berishlari mumkin. Chunki biz roppa-rosa soat 1da yakunlaymiz. Demak, biz uzoq bilan bitta savol hozir qabul qilishimiz mumkin. Agar yana ham savol shakllanadigan bo'lsa, ertaga ushbu tadbirimizning 2-kunida ko'rib chiqishimiz mumkin bo'ladi. Demak, barcha ovozlar uchun katta rahmat. Bu so'rovnomani ham yakunlayman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, demak, o'ylaymanki, demak, bugungi tadbirimiz kutilgandek natijalarga ega bo'ldi. Professorga alohida tashakkur bildiramiz. Kirib juda ham qimmatli vaqtlarni ajratib, mana shu o'z tajribalari bilan o'rtoqlashganlari uchun va barcha ishtirokchilarga ham alohida tashakkur. Yana ular ham vaqtlarini ajratib kirib, bugun o'zlariga foydali bo'lgan ko'nikmalarga ega bo'lishadigan umiddamiz. Va agar professorda so'z bo'ladigan bo'lsa, uni eshitib, keyin ertangi kunga tayyorgarlikni ko'ramiz. Marhamat, professor.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. And see you tomorrow.
Katta rahmat. Demak, barcha ishtirokchilarga tashakkur bildiramiz va kunni ikkinchi yarim mazmunli o'tishini tilab qolamiz. Va ertaga yana rejamizga muvofiq soat 9da tarmoqda bo'lishingizni iltimos qilib, mavzuda chuqurroq ma'lumot topib, savollar bilan kelishingizni iltimos qilib qolamiz. Va barchaga tashakkur. Ertaga ko'rishguncha. Salomat bo'linglar.
See you. Thank you.